Chris Waddle.
Oh, you're kidding me. September.
Kyle Lafferty.
Are you joking me?
Is that right?
I know, is that right?
Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on a multitude of Irish platforms and indeed Irish radio. It is the scintillating, it is the stupefying, it is the splendido crappy quiz. Every Friday we put three of Team Off the Ball up against each other in a quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. Allow me to welcome tonight's contestants. Our first contestant today is pretty annoyed that he's isolating during his birthday, which is of course today. He had budgeted for the free cake that would have inevitably be bought for him in the office, and he was certainly budgeting on the subsequent happy birthday messages he would have received in the offices. Instead, he has asked me to tell all OTB viewers and listeners to get in touch with him and wish him a happy birthday. It ain't easy being 27 and officially in his late 20s. Give it up for Tommy Rooney.
Hi folks. Look, amongst all the change in the world, I'm happy to say that despite working on Off the Ball 7 years, this year my birthday is no different. I still didn't get a cake.
Oof.
Wow. Happy birthday, Tommy.
In fairness, I usually take the day off. Thanks, lads. Thanks.
Why you usually don't have cakes, the championship or something, is it? But
Yeah, but they moved championship this year in May to August, and that went well.
Well,
Are you like a child, Tommy, that who doesn't get homework on the day of their birthday? That you don't work the day of your birthday?
Nah, when you listen, I just think I think you should enjoy your birthday. I really do. I don't think you should take the day off if it's needless, but if you have something planned, work away.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Thanks,
big
lads.
27. There's a degree of maturity that really should come with that has been absent for the last 27 years, to be fair. So
let's face it. Happy birthday, Tommy, indeed.
Any hints or any tips, Adrian, about how I can bring that maturity into my life? How many years have you been mature now?
just those long days of long reflection, I'd say, Tommy, would be the main thing that you need. Just a bit of downtime, stare at the wall for a while. You're out on the West Coast at the minute. As long as it's within 2 kilometres, get yourself to it, get yourself in touch with the sea and nature, and long reflection, Tommy, I'd say the main thing for you.
That's the plan.
I got engaged when I was 28, Tommy.
Wow.
I mean, I think that's a different story altogether.
Just throwing it out there.
Good stencil, actually. Do you want to have that conversation now, or will we leave it till off air, the sort of advice for 28-year-olds, people getting engaged?
Just saying, it can work, Tommy.
Why the relative rush at that age? What was the reason?
Sorry, I didn't. I got married when I was 28. No, that makes sense.
I suppose different generations.
That makes sense.
We will come back to this.
No.
Let's move on.
It's my 10-year wedding anniversary next week, so I should remember these things.
So is that correct then? You did get married when you were 28?
I did, yeah. Wow. I was very young.
Your first wedding anniversary that doesn't clash with the Masters. Congratulations! And our next contestant, spent Wednesday putting up with the same WhatsApp joke again and again and again. Yes, he gets it. It was April Fool's Day, and all you people sending on that photoshopped image of Aidan O'Shea holding Sam Maguire are absolutely hilarious. Give it up for the beast of Ballyhaunis, Nathan Nate Dog Murphy.
Oh, I'll tell you, there was some fun and frolics in this house yesterday with April Fool's Day. We had the two young lads melted a load of chocolate in the baby's nappy, and while my wife was on the phone to her mother, in the background they're eating what looks like shit out of the baby's nappy. And they also, while we were on one of our meetings yesterday, they arrived in with a packet of sweets and said, "Do you want some sweets?" And I said, "Of course I'll have some sweets." And they had wrapped up the sweets. What were sweets in little silver were actually now grapes.
Oh, wow. They're impressive kids. Impressive kids.
Well, I missed the part there. What was the stuff in the nappy? What was it actually?
Chocolate.
Melted chocolate.
Oh, lovely. Did
Which
they eat it?
They did actually eat it then.
Lovely. Why not?
Did their mother fall for it?
My mother-in-law, I think, did fall for it, yes.
Okay. There you go. Right, our final contestant today has been sent a question from Barry on YouTube. Did Adrian Barry buy that piece of art behind him, or did it come free with the gaff? Bad news for Barry is that he's got a different piece of art behind him today. He said, the latter, I hope. Give it up for Adrian Barry. What's the answer to Barry's question, Adrian Barry?
Neither piece came free with the gaff. So you want more. The one that you'd normally be looking at, which is the rusty old petrol pump from the desert in southern America somewhere, was actually brought back from the south of France.
And the one behind you now?
Whatever. And the one behind me I bought several years ago as probably the only art investment I've ever made. Can I just flag up as well that
Pricey? Was it pricey?
Not extortionate, Tommy. Not extortionate. I just need to tell you that, and the viewers and listeners, that I'm doing some live parenting here. So every now and then, when I go on mute and you can see me chatting away, I'm just making sure that the dinosaurs are still on and everybody's still happy.
Keep those dinosaurs ticking along, absolutely. So you finally cleared up that you are indeed doing a bit of parenting at home this weekend.
Well, you don't know. I could be just making that up as well. So.
That is true. That would also be kind of weird, but I'd kind of respect you for that. The format of this week's crappy quiz will be questions on the year 2002 for 4 rounds. Then we're going to quiz you on any year for the fun free magic number round, and also the slip inside of trivia, the rapid fire round. You've got your pens at the ready, as Adrian.
Question.
Yeah, go for it.
So I had forgotten that everybody knows we're now doing the sequence of years. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
The two, you're both aware of that, were you?
What?
I presume it's been changed after I flagged it in the last quiz.
Well, is it 1999 or 2002?
No, we did 99.
But did we?
So
Well, we're talking going back to 98.
We don't know where he's going to
There's
go.
never been any talk about it.
Okay. I was just worried that everybody knew what was happening apart from me, and you've all briefed up on various bits. But
I'm sure the quizmaster is wary of such.
How many years? We're all busy during the week. Nobody has time to be doing any studying.
Podcast the crappy quiz on offtheball.com or on the Goal Out app. Give us 5 out of 5, even if that doesn't represent your actual opinion. And please send any questions you have via Twitter. Round 1, the boring Saipan questions round. Never multiple choice. Question 1 for you, Tommy. Saipan is a territory that belongs to which country?
I'm actually surprised that you've gone with 2002.
Is that like
South Korea.
acting? South Korea? No, it's not South Korea. It's the United
Is it
States of
China?
America.
Oh yeah.
It's a Commonwealth of the USA,
Oh my God.
the North Mariana Islands. Question 1 for you, Nathan. Roy Keane changed his mind about going home in Saipan after his row with Packy Bonner and Alan Kelly initially. He obviously later decided to reverse that decision again. The deadline to call a new player up had passed in the interim, so Mick McCarthy had basically called a player up to tell them that they were in before ringing them back to tell them they were out because Roy had decided to stay for a while. Can you name this player?
What?
Colin Healy.
Correct.
You were thinking Stephen Reid, Tommy.
What did I do to annoy you?
What do we? So would you have gone for Colin Healy as well?
I was
Obviously,
waiting for.
That's like an incredibly easy answer.
Yeah,
And
just like the geography of Saipan, fairly
I
straightforward.
was waiting for name the entire 23-man squad.
Yeah, that's.
But that's
We don't have time. These are all introductory Saipan questions. They're all very easy. Adrian, name the FAI president at the time who was underground in Saipan.
Was it Fran Rooney?
It was not Fran Rooney.
Was it Brendan Menton?
It was not Brendan Menton.
Milo Corcoran.
Milo Corcoran, indeed.
Oh, Milo.
Round 2. Nathan, the only person who scored there. Round 2, the Saipan quotes round. There's been plenty, possibly too much, written and spoken about Saipan in the intervening 18 years. In this round, I will read you out a quote. All you've got to do is answer a question about the quote. Tommy, this is a fill-in-the-blank question. Saipan was very much to do with Roy Keane's views on professionalism in the camp well before they ever got to the island. In his first book, Roy Keane spoke about the dietary options before that first Holland game in qualifying. He famously says that he saw some of the lads sitting at a table eating blank sandwiches. I couldn't believe it. We discussed diet. What is the missing word?
sausage.
No, it's not sausage sandwiches. Anyone?
Chips.
No. Cheese sandwich. Cheese sandwiches was the thing that
Jeez.
pissed Roy Keane off on that particular occasion.
I don't blame him. I'd far rather a sausage sandwich than a cheese sandwich.
Yeah, but it could be possibly better for you depending on how you're cooking it as well. Question 2 for you, Nathan. Fill in the blank question as well. Shield any young years now, by the way, for anybody watching or listening to this. So, Roy and Mick's most famous row involved this spectacular rant from Roy. And again, cover up those ears. Mick You're a liar. You're a fucking wanker. I didn't rate you as a player. I don't rate you as a manager. And I don't rate you as a person. You're a fucking wanker. And you can stick your World Cup up your arse. The only reason I have had any dealings with you is that somehow you're the manager of my country. You can stick it up your blank. What is the missing word?
It's just one word, is it?
Just one word.
See, I'm tempted to say hole. You can stick it up your...
What other option do you
Obviously,
have?
either arse or hole. Arse hole. You can stick it up your...
Like the
Do
kid
you,
with
want,
Ben
do
Stiller.
you want the full quote? Do you want the full quote again?
Arse.
It's not arse. Anyone?
It was something a bit more obscure. It was like a colloquialism that I can't quite remember.
Adrian's on the right track here. It's not that it's more obscure, it's just more ridiculous. It's clearly something that came as a method of anger and all sentiment out the window. The only reason I've had any dealings with you is that you are somehow the manager of my country. You can stick it up your bollocks.
Sticking up your bollocks. That's it. Oh, quite the proposition.
Wow.
Adrian, who said the following? How do you measure professionalism? By how much pasta you eat, bleep tests, abstinence, the ability to get on with it no matter what the circumstances, walking out in your team before the greatest games of their lives? We all take responsibility for ourselves. Roy left us in Saipan, not the other way around. And he punished himself more than any of us by not coming back. Who said that?
How many footballers know the word abstinence is probably the first.
Good train of logic.
Can you give it to me again?
How do you measure professionalism? By how much pasta you eat, bleep tests, abstinence, the ability to get on with it no matter what the circumstances, walking out on your team before the greatest game of their lives? We all take responsibility for ourselves. Roy left us in Saipan, not the other way around. And he punished himself more than any of us by not coming back.
I'm going to take the us reference as meaning it has to be somebody within the camp because it's had a slight leaning to somebody else.
Why, who did you think it was?
Well, I
That's
have a
interesting.
slight leaning to John Delaney, but that's not my answer. As he scans Owen's face for some modicum of reaction. I'm going to go with Niall Quinn.
Correct.
Get in.
Good answer. Niall Quinn indeed.
Well, that was, yeah.
Abstinence
answer,
was
right.
probably the giveaway, in fairness. Round three, the fact that Niall Quinn would be able to use that word. Round three is the actual 2002 World Cup round. Of secondary importance in 2002 was the World Cup that took place shortly after the Saipan saga. Here's a few questions on what happened on the pitch. Tommy, in which city did Robbie Keane score his injury time equaliser against Germany?
I was bloody 9. Nagasaki.
No. Ibaraki, correct. Question 3 for you, Nathan. Ronaldinho lobbed Seaman from an impressive distance in the 2002 quarterfinals, but who had put England 1-0 up in that game?
Oh, this is frustrating because...
Could you ask questions?
What?
Do you want me to say the bit that Ronaldinho lobbed Seaman from an impressive distance in the 2002 quarterfinals, but who had put England 1-0 up in that game bit again?
Yeah, I see what you've done there. I fell asleep during this game because I'd stayed up all night and it was on first thing in the morning, and I woke up and the match was over, which was very depressing. My internet gone, or am I still working here?
You're still very
working.
much working.
Okay, so I'm just talking to myself. Who scored for England? Oh, the 1-0 up against Brazil. Beckham, was it? Emil Heskey?
No, his teammate, Michael Owen.
Ah, shit, I was
thinking
going to go for Michael Owen.
I was thinking it was own, but like you'd never actually hear the end of it if an Englishman scored against Brazil, right? Have we heard much about that goal?
Well, no, because they didn't win, but
But it doesn't really matter that they didn't win. Like, they scored in the World Cup against Brazil.
should have won that game, actually. Rivaldo, the other goal scorer for Brazil on the occasion. Adrian.
I'm getting much tougher questions here.
You sure you're 27 now, Tommy? Adrian, who did Brazil beat in the 2002 World Cup semi-final?
Oh my God.
Hmm. Gonna say Spain.
No.
Turkey.
Turkey,
Turkey.
correct. Yeah. So it's 1 point for Adrian, 1 point for Nathan, nothing for Tommy so far after 3 rounds. Round 4, the other stuff that's not sport that happened in 2002 round. You know how this works. We ask you a question about your wider knowledge relating to the year 2002, a fan's favorite. Question 4 for you, Tommy. In the 2002 version of Spider-Man, who plays the Green Goblin?
Oh my gosh. This is bad. Green Goblin 2002. That's such an obscure question.
It's not really. Everybody was getting DVD players around this time, and everybody got Spider-Man for free.
Green Goblin. Who's the bad guy?
Gonna need an answer, Tommy.
Oh.
TikTok.
Let me. Who's the bad guy? Javier Bardem.
No. Anyway, that would be a far better
That's a
casting
good
decision.
answer.
Anyone else?
William Dafoe?
Correct. Nathan, 2002 was a general election year in Ireland. Who was Tánaiste thereafter?
Mary Harney?
Correct. That's the easiest. Probably the easiest question in the entire quiz. Adrian, I don't know why. I don't even know how I managed to let that slip through the cracks. Adrian, which former Soviet leader received the freedom of Dublin City in 2002?
Gorbachev?
Correct. Adrian, you're up to 2 points. Nathan, you're up to 2 points. Tommy, you're on 0. You need to make some waves in this round. Round 5 is a fun-free magic number round.
Hold up.
As Nathan is going for a pen, contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly right. If no one manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. The second closest gets 1 point. I'm going to state that we can only accept the answer that's written on your paper. I'm also going to have to ask for your pens once the music ends. So listener Paul Fitzsimons has been in touch via email to give us this edition of the numbers round, and he has based it on the 2002 theme. So, if you don't mind, lads, give us the following number. The number of tries scored by Ireland in the 2002 Six Nations rugby tournament, plus the number of goals scored by Ireland in the 2002 FIFA World Cup Finals tournament, plus the number of points scored by Kerry in the 2002 All-Ireland Football Final, plus the number of points scored by Clare in the 2002 Hurling Final. Your 30 seconds expire when Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beats. So, to go through those again, I'm going to need the number of tries Ireland scored in the 2002 Six Nations, the number of goals scored by Ireland at the 2002 World Cup, the number of points scored by Kerry in the 2002 Football Final, and then in the 2002 All-Ireland Hurling Final, how many points did Clare score?
I've got to take a chance here, don't I?
As time is up, pens down. All right, Tommy to the screen, 36. Adrian, 51. Nathan, 35. Adrian gets to 2 points. 55 is the correct answer.
Get in.
So,
Get in.
Nathan, you went for 31, was it?
Boom,
35.
35. And Tommy, what did you go for?
36,
30.
so I get 1 point.
You went for 36, yeah, so you got 1 point.
Yeah.
Adrian gets
Happy
2
birthday
points,
to me.
Nathan gets nothing. So let's go through those. The number of tries scored by Ireland in the 2002 Six Nations,
8.
5.
16.
For God's sake.
16. Jesus.
The number of goals scored by Ireland in the 2002 World Cup,
6.
6. The number of
6.
points scored by Kerry in the 2002 Football Final was 14. And the number of points scored by Clare in the 2002 All-Ireland Hurling Final was 19. It was a tough numbers round. And thanks to Paul Fitzsimons for getting in touch to send those in. So to go through the
Thanks to
overall
me
scores.
for acing it.
Yeah, it's Adrian on 4 points at the moment. Nathan's on 2 points. Tommy's on 1 point. As we enter the final, our winner tonight will be decided in the round that separates the men from the boys, the Conor Murrays from the Bill Murrays. It's the no theme in particular, ridiculously easy rapid fire round. The score you get in this round will be added to your score in the previous round. There will be 40 seconds for everyone to answer from the same set of questions. We're going to start with the person with the highest number of points. That is you, Adrian. Then onto the person in second, which is you, Nathan. And then onto the person in last. That is the birthday boy, Tommy. If you get a question correct, I'll ask you another question and keep asking you questions until you get one wrong. And then once you get a question wrong, I'll move on to the next person. And your incorrect answer also means a deduction of 1 point. Adrian Barry.
Don't bottle it, Barry. Don't bottle it.
Are you ready?
Reigning champ on. Bring it on.
Come on, Adrian.
He can't handle it. He can't handle it.
You each get a question wrong, I'm back in it.
Your 40 seconds starts now. Which RTE journalist did Roy Keane do an interview with after he returned home from Saipan?
Tommy Gorman.
Correct. Name the Southampton manager now.
Ralph Hudson-Hoodle.
Correct. Name the hit musical based on Saipan that toured the country successfully.
Aikino.
Correct. In what year did Donegal last win in All-Ireland?
Time.
2012. Nathan, what age is Lionel Messi?
32.
Correct. What is the name of the GEA Park in Omagh?
Time.
Park Kessler.
No, Healy Park. Tommy, who did Donegal beat in last year's Ulster final?
Rome.
No, Cavan. In what year did Armagh last win the All-Ireland Football Championship, Nathan? Or Adrian?
2010.
No, it doesn't matter. 2002, but it doesn't matter. You've won it. You finish on 5 points. Nathan, you finish on 1 point. Tommy, you finish on 0 points. Adrian Barry, 2 Fridays in a row. What do you have to say for yourself?
That he didn't actually win that. He got the second question wrong.
This is rigged.
He said,
Yeah, he did.
Ralph Husenhattel.
Hasenhüttl. Yeah, that's Hasenhüttl. That's.
No, you said Husenhattel. His
Listen,
name is Ralph
I
Hasenhüttl.
gave the full name, and that's all that matters. Give me
No,
my
you get the name wrong.
What I
That's
have
like
to
saying,
say
who's
is,
the Liverpool manager?
what I have
Jurgen
to say,
Klopp.
Owen, is that, to be honest with you, it's all becoming a bit easy. Like, you get all the jeers there before the round starts, trying to, like, shoulder me off the ball or whatever, but waste of time at this stage. I'm just, champ.
There's a bit of a quantum leap required from everybody else to catch up with Adrian Barry, the champ.
Well, not really. Maybe if you
Feels that way,
actually
Owen, yeah,
stick
feels
to
that
the
way.
questions. Stick
Or
to the
maybe if you
questions.
even out the question.
Ralph
Maybe they're a bit fairer.
Hasenhüttl.
But
Ralph
just a second.
Hasenhüttl.
So, how many points there did you finish up on? Just out of
No, but
interest.
you would have been back
No,
one.
just
You would have
answer
got
the
it wrong.
question.
So that's
Do something that you haven't done for the last half hour. Answer the question.
that is totally irrelevant because
So,
you had got
i.e.
one right, so you would have
Did-
moved on at that stage to 5. You would have been
Nah.
back to 4, and I would have had those straightforward questions like, "What's the name of the
Straight.
boring thing
Nathan,
from
can I
Saipan?"
just say one thing?
Hasenhüttl.
Nathan, you could take your complaints and shove them up your bollocks. That is it. That is the crappy quiz done for today, lads. Thanks a million. Tommy, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Adrian, congratulations.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Nathan, we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, lads.